host, Joe Sleppy, and I'm joined today by our art lord, Ben Segas.
Hello.
And I guess it's just us for today, because I forgot we were recording and I guess messed up everybody else's schedules.
It's all good.
Yeah.
I think I actually messed up everybody's schedule, but...
Really? I mean, if you'd have said something sooner, I would have realized more along the time when we were supposed to record, but
Yeah.
but it's not a big deal.
Now.
Yeah, we have lots to talk about. It's been a while since it's just been the two of us on the podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been making tons of progress. I don't know how it feels for you, but TJ's just been adding stuff to the game like crazy, and I've been all of my spare time just playing the builds that he gives me and telling him about bugs. So it's been a lot of fun for me.
Yeah, I mean, I was just playing, so it's definitely like it's crazy seeing all the progress in it. Like it's going into hyperspeed mode, I feel like now.
Yeah, we have a lot of big things that we're adding right now, so maybe it'll slow down again a little bit. But yeah, we have all the mobs are in the first few dungeons now. We don't have the level 10 dungeon boss yet, but everything else we have. The glub and the rat have been in there. The puke rat has been in there for a while, but now we have Sludgosaurus, the blub, and the rot bat. Yeah. So yeah, they're pretty neat. Like and the other thing is, up until last week, they've always just been trash rarity, and they've always pulled in like the lowest stats that they could have. So now you can actually have like a blub that has like 4,000 health on it.
That's gonna be intense.
Yeah, I don't know if I've run into like a big Sludgosaurus yet and seen how much they can hit for. Oh yeah, I did have one group where I had a weapon that could only attack the first, like the first enemy. So I didn't have any like AoE or anything yet, and I was just making do with like this rare weapon that I had. I think actually it's probably an uncommon weapon if it didn't have anything to target or AoE. But anyways, I had a blub in the front, a big blub in the front, like a rare one, and then a bunch of Sludgosaurus behind it, and that's probably the only time that I actually lost was with those, like hitting so hard and the blub tanking for them.
Yeah. I don't know if you can hear my cat.
Yeah, I can hear.
Oh gosh. Yeah. He got impatient. All right. Anyway.
Yeah, it's wonder. Well, you can't hear mine more often. They like to like bang on the studio door.
Oh, geez.
So. But yeah, the rot bats are flying around in the dungeons. They're actually in the dungeons now. When he first put them in, they would like drift off, and disappear off the side from where they were supposed to be. But we figured out that was something in the animation. So like, I guess your animation has like a root position, and if it doesn't return to the exact root position, then it can just like keep moving to the side of where it's supposed to be.
Gotcha.
So that's my layman's explanation of it.
Yeah.
Nika's not here to correct me, so.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, kind of. I know the basics of animation, so I think I have an idea of what happened, so yeah. Yeah, I haven't gotten far enough to see the rot bats, but I'm looking forward to that for sure.
Yeah, they show up around like Dungeon 7, I think. Because it's future dungeons that we add like after launch or whatever, you'll probably get to see everything sooner, but because of the way you scale as a new player and just finding stuff, You kind of have to step it up where you just see the blubs, and then you can add in the rat, and then you can add in the blub, and then the Sledgosaurus shows up, and then the last one to show up is the rot bat.
Gotcha.
But by the time you're in dungeon level 10, where you'll spend most of your time grinding, then everything's in there, kind of in the rates that it should be.
Gotcha.
One of the other things that I don't know if you'll be able to tell or not, but it's made like a big difference for, you know, how things scale, is we actually added in weapon power, which means that your weapons get more powerful as they're higher level. Because previously, if you had, say you had Constitution or Dexterity on your weapon, then you changed to a higher level weapon that had the same stat on it. So you didn't increase your strength, so your attacks didn't get any more powerful. Yeah, so like you would increase your mana cost by having a higher level weapon, but your weapon wouldn't actually get more powerful unless you increased your strength. And you would probably increase your major stats, so if you had more dexterity from that higher level weapon, then you would attack more and it would work out. But if you had like Constitution or Karma on there, it would be less noticeable that you were like more powerful. But now the weapons actually level up the power, like the range of the attacks. So when you get to level 10 and get a level 10 weapon, it'll actually be almost twice as powerful as, you know, level 1 weapon at the same thing.
Gotcha.
It's sort of hard to explain, and like players won't actually see weapon power. Like it's not like a stat that's on the weapon. It's just kind of part of the level of the weapon. But it definitely makes a difference as you're, you know, leveling up through the dungeons and finding new weapons.
Gotcha.
It's one of those things. It's exciting for me to finally see it in, because like it was a problem that happened with my original design, and then I came up with a solution for it, and then I had to wait forever to get it in to see if it would actually work or not.
Right. Gotcha.
I keep teasing on these podcasts. I said it last podcast 2 weeks ago, but I really need to make a new video for everybody so that they can see some of the new stuff that we're talking about on the show. But we actually have like bigger dungeons now too, so they don't have your art in them yet, but we've started the layout for, you know, making sure that the bigger dungeon size and more enemies will work.
Yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to like getting to drawing the dungeon. But yeah, I noticed the dungeon is like way bigger now. Like I was wandering around, I was like, wait.
Yeah, it used to only be like 2 rooms and like maybe 4 groups of enemies, and now I think he said there's 11 groups of enemies in the dungeon. Which is we'll probably leave it there. I wanted them to be like about 10 groups of enemies, so maybe it'll be like a range. Maybe it'll be like 9 to 11 or something like that. But a little behind the scenes, I guess. I mean, that's the point of the podcast, and we haven't actually talked about this yet, but the way the dungeons are going to work is everybody, like most games, have like procedurally generated dungeons or environments and stuff, but those kind of things take a lot of time to program, and they're not super interesting from a gameplay standpoint, at least for a game like ours, because you just spawn into a dungeon, you run around the dungeon and kill everything, and what you care about is how tough the enemies are and what loot you get. And you know, if you're in the same room, like it's not even something that most players pay attention to. So the way that we're gonna make our dungeons random, but like not completely random, is, you know, you'll have different rooms and stuff that you can move around to make different map layouts, and then you'll have different points where you can spawn in on those map layouts, and then you'll have different points where chests can spawn or enemies can spawn. So you might have on a map, say 25 positions where enemies could be, and then, you know, as you load in, it'll pick 10 of those for where the enemies will actually show up. And then the same for chests. There might be a dozen spots where chests could be, but then you'll get, you know, say 4 or 5 of the actual chests that spawn in. So it's kind of like a pseudo random thing where it's not gonna take a ton of time to like program some, you know, thing where it's actually like laying out the dungeon tiles, but it'll feel pretty random until you start like really paying attention or running it 100 times.
Right. I'm gonna have to draw the dungeon in a way that it looks interesting but not too unique that it like stands out, you know.
yeah, like if you have the same thing, like you'll see it multiple times and stuff. Like I don't know, like it to me, like the dungeon layout isn't, as long as it looks cool, like I don't care if the level is the same each time or not. And
yeah.
I think we'll throw in enough stuff that things will be in unique positions and stuff that it'll look cool.
Yeah, you can always do like different formations of like where the lanterns and stuff are, so like
Oh yeah, that's true. We could probably make like random spawn points for like lights and puddles and things exactly. Like that. Yeah,
because I planned on doing like those assets as like a separate object so they can be placed wherever and make sense, like hopefully. Yeah. Because I didn't figure it'd just be the background, you know. There's going to be assets that will be in front of the player, like a column or something, if they walk behind the column, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And there's probably could be like aspects of it animated too, like you could have like a pipe dripping or something like that.
Yeah, I'm sure Nika will have fun with the particle effects and stuff. A nice glowing slime or something.
Yeah, that's one thing I was thinking about, because it's like a sewer level. It doesn't really make sense to have like torches like we have now as the placeholders, but you still want to have a light source. So I think like glowing puddles or something would be cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Because like open flame in a sewer, I don't know if that's a good idea.
Yeah, true. All that methane. But I mean, it is magical in nature, so who knows? Maybe it's a magical flame.
Magic torches, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I mean, there can be all sorts of things that can light up in a weird dungeony sewer thing.
Yeah, for sure. You could almost, like, I don't know, like, light bulbs would look out of place, but, like, you can have, like, fantasy light bulbs or something, too.
Yeah,
where they're like, just glowing things.
Yeah. Like a lantern or
Oh, yeah, lanterns is a good idea, too, and it's kind of enclosed.
Yep.
Yeah, that's gonna look good. I can't wait. Like, all the art assets getting added in is probably, like, I know that I'm excited by everything that happens, but I think the art getting loaded in is one of the most exciting things.
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting for me for sure.
Yeah, we were looking at it earlier, like the new I guess this is another like behind the scenes thing for people, but like the way you originally drew and formatted all of the artwork wasn't loading in, I don't want to say correctly, but like TJ was gonna have to take each piece and like put it in manually so that it loaded in the right spot.
Yeah.
So now you've gone back and started resizing canvases and things so that TJ can just load them in, and then future things that you draw will just load in the right spot too. So you got the bodies done, and we were just looking at them in game and how good they look.
Yeah, I'm so excited about it. it's such a simple thing, but it's such a huge thing at the same time, because like we've been spending so much time getting all the armor and weapons and everything drawn and in there, you know. So it's nice actually seeing it on the character.
Yeah. There's a couple more things like that. Like we have all the loot and stuff that needs to go in the gear, but there's actually like a bunch of, like, probably half of the player creator assets haven't been loaded in yet too. So I'm excited to be able to have like the different underwear and the I think eyes. We can't change the eyes yet either.
Yeah, I don't think so. I didn't check when I just played. I was just excited to see the armor and stuff. Yeah, because I remember there was like very limited options thus far for the character creator. I mean, there's
I think
more than when we first started, but it's
yeah, I think all the hair and like the mouths are in, but we don't have eyes or things like that. We need to get more like skin tones and stuff like that, and take out the blue skin tone. So, I'm trying not to overload. See, I want all of like real life skin tones to be available in the character creator, but then the extra like weird colors are gonna be available in other ways. I don't want them in the original character creator. So we'll have blue and red and green eventually, but like for now I just want to focus on getting all of the real life skin tones in.
Yeah, probably the top priority.
Yeah, right now we've been focused on like gameplay, getting all the mechanics working, and now we've moved on to like getting art and menus and things working the way they're supposed to. Like the tool tips and stuff will be one of the next things that we get. Now that I'm excited to see your borders for items, because like each item kind of has like in the inventory, it'll have like a frame around it, so you know right away which rarity it is. And I'm excited to see those too.
Yeah, I'm coming up with ideas as I think about it, like just ways to make it look a little like, I mean, obviously like I want the like legendary and stuff to look more impressive than like the trash, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'll figure it out. I'm sure I'll look good in that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the two of us, and we don't have to stay too long for the podcast, but I can't think of anything else. We've covered everything that I made on the quick list. So unless you have anything else that you wanted to talk about.
No, I think that covers most of what's going on so far.
Oh yeah, we've kind of already covered like what you're working on, since you're resizing and stuff, but we should bring back the what are you working on right now. For me, I've been spending a lot of time, because we've actually come up on a year since we started everything. We started in July last year, and now it's August 4th, so we've made a full year of actually working on the game and stuff, and since I started the website and things like that. So it's kind of weird, but like when you're online, you know how it has the green lock up in the search bar or the address bar, like on certain sites, like the security lock, so that you know you're not on some sketchy site. That is actually an incredibly difficult and like obtuse, like I don't know how to describe it. It's just so hard to figure out how to do that, and you have to renew it every year. So I remember last year trying to figure out how to get that thing on there so that our site was secure, and then I had to do it again, and it's so difficult. Like they give you all the information that you need, but it's like pages of like options, and like if this, then your site's this, and if it's not, then your site's this. It's like, maybe some people understand it better, and they're making it more difficult than it needs to be, but it's taking me a while to get that figured out. You have to like generate a code, then you have to input the code somewhere and like verify it, and then once it's verified, it gives you a different code that you put in another place. It's so crazy.
Oh wow, I didn't realize that was such an issue.
Yeah, like I don't know, like I think maybe if I had like different hosting, they do it for you somehow, but like the hosting that I have is fairly inexpensive, so maybe like that's part of it, but maybe not, because I remember my old site for Electric Type, which is an old music project I used to have. That site would get hacked and have like Viagra ads at the top of it all the time.
Jeez.
I eventually like just gave up on it, and then what did happen? Oh yeah, GoDaddy was what I was hosting it with, and they contacted me and told me that my site was like compromised, and that if I didn't change it, they were going to charge me like hundreds of dollars to like clean it or delete it or whatever they were going to do. And I was like, okay. So I just like deleted everything, and I moved to like hosting my sites on Tumblr. And
Gotcha.
So all of my projects are hosted on Tumblr because they handle all the security and stuff, and you just link to it with your domain name. But until we needed an actual site for Knobcat, then I was like, had to look up all the security stuff and try to figure it out.
Gotcha.
It's pretty wild.
I didn't even think about how much of a hassle that must be.
Yeah, it's. I think a lot of like game companies, you know, like they don't have like a person like me that's, you know, handling just all the random aspects, and then they usually have to like assign those off to each other or whatever. But like, since I'm handling all of that stuff and trying to, you know, try to make your guys' job as easy as possible, so you can just focus on kind of the funner, creative part of it.
Yeah, we appreciate that you're doing all that work. That's for sure.
Yeah, my job is to make your guys' job as easy as possible. But yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. So let's go ahead and wrap up this show. It ended up being a little longer than I expected anyways, but if you've made it the whole way through, you're interested in Dungeons of the Obelisk, but you're not on our Discord somehow, go to knobcat.com, find the link to the Discord, say hello to us in there. I'm always in there answering questions and stuff whenever they come up. And then that's also the place where you first get notified about everything cool that happens, and the video that I promise I'm going to make. I'm going to try to get that done this week. So, new video, hopefully. And what else? You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Dungeons Obelisk. Nika's been doing a good job of updating the Instagram, and then I retweet things and stuff on Twitter. But yeah, everybody, knobcat.com, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.